Do you want to know what the single most important decision you'll ever make in real estate is?
Why, yes, I do, Victoria.
Great, because I'm here to talk about it, and it's picking a neighborhood. Business builds like a snowball here in real estate. We all know that, and it's a super long-term game. A big mistake a lot of people make is getting distracted early on because you're hungry, you're ready to go, you want to do any deal that comes your way. That's super normal, and we've all been there. But what a lot of agents miss is not getting really focused on a neighborhood and market that they want to dominate long term.
Focusing on a neighborhood also allows you to work a little bit smarter instead of harder. When a new property comes on the market, you likely have more than one client that it might work for, and you can send it out to all of them at a time. Similarly, if you find an off market or you're door knocking looking for a home for a client, it might work for more than one.
When you don't have the benefit of having years of experience, you can become an expert really quickly just by becoming by far the most knowledgeable about every aspect of the neighborhood, whether it's the inventory, the comps, the coffee shops, the parks. You can know something inside and out and truly blow people away, and they'll immediately assume you've been in the business forever.
Pretty soon, you're going to have a lot of business. And again, working in one area will allow you to work this business efficiently. You'll be able to see every house that comes on the market and know the inventory well. You'll be able to know all of the agents that work in this area as well, and those are your peers. So when you're submitting an offer, you'll likely know the agent working on the other end. If you're in a market that does a lot of off-market or pocket listings, this is also a great reason for focusing on that area. You'll likely need to network quite a bit with the other top agents in the area and share off-market knowledge back and forth.
To see this magic in process, let me walk you through the life cycle of leads that we've met because we really focused on a market and made ourselves the experts in the area. So first, one day we were sitting in open house and a client walks in that Sarah had met at a board meeting because she became an active member in the community and was part of the Chamber of Commerce. She had met him there, connected, never discussed real estate. He walks into our open house. He now knows Sarah, sees that we're listing a property that is very in line with what he's looking for his daughter, and now all of a sudden we have this awesome connection. He now becomes our buyer lead. He also happens to be an investor for a local developer in the area. He ends up connecting us with that developer who ends up showing us some upcoming listings that we could potentially list. The real magic and why this is so important is when you see the process at work. So let us give you an example that we recently just did. So because we've been working in this neighborhood, we met these clients at an open house many years ago. They are now back on the market looking for their next home in the same neighborhood. They want something very specific. So we went out and were able to door knock all the homes in this area that look exactly like what they're looking for. In that process, we were able to find them really awesome off-market options and showed them a few of the houses. Not all of them worked, but one of them wanted to sell regardless. So we ended up listing that property. Those clients ended up buying another house. In listing that property, we were able to then host many open houses where we met a bunch of new clients. And because we already had a bunch of off-market and on-market options for them because we knew the area so well, we were able to add immediate value, and our conversion of those leads in an open house setting was extremely high. We now are gonna recreate that cycle over and over again. We've already started door knocking for one of the clients that we met at that second house's open houses, and we're just gonna keep repeating the cycle. And you can see how things really multiply over time. The added bonuses are when you run into those clients at the local coffee shop or at line in the pharmacy, because this is your neighborhood, you are the expert, it just becomes all effortless.
As we all know, real estate is a really relationship-driven business. So in that example where you're sitting in an open house, you might meet a fantastic buyer. Well, chances are they've gone to 5 other open houses that day and met 5 other agents. The key here is to really build that connection with that client that walks in the open house. If you are an expert in the neighborhood, you talk like you live there, you have the local vibe, maybe you do live there, or even if you don't, you spend a lot of time doing errands, hanging out there. Maybe you're part of an organization that you can speak to, which gives you, again, some more authority as to why you are an expert in this neighborhood. That all helps build a rapport, build trust and understanding with those clients that you meet at the open house, at the coffee shop, or wherever you run into people.
So what's really key to do now is think about the future. Think about where you want to live. Think about your lifestyle. Does that vibe with the neighborhood that you're targeting? Those things should all be aligned because you're here to put roots down and really grow in this community. But what's amazing is it can be super aspirational for you too. Choose somewhere where you just really connect and see yourself being for the future, and your real estate career is just gonna blossom.
So, of course, we're not ever going to tell you to turn down business. Maybe you have a family friend or a buddy from college that wants to buy a house that is not in this target area, especially if it's a higher price point area that you're focused on for the future. Take that business, help your buyers elsewhere. You might even have a listing elsewhere, but never stop being hyper-focused on this neighborhood. Go to open houses every week. Take your laptop and work in the local coffee shops. Make all your dinner plans at the restaurants in that neighborhood. Go hiking, go to the dog park, join a social club, whatever it might be, all in the neighborhood where you want to work. It is so important to do that, and your name and face is gonna start to become a real presence in that community.
It also just tells the universe that this is where I wanna be doing business, and good things always come of that. Drop a comment if you're rethinking the neighborhood you wanna work in.
And we look forward to seeing you all next week.